Namaste everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel Roots of Analytics. In this session, we will see what is group by statement and why we are using group by statement. As of now, we have completed what is aliases and why we are using aliases. Also, we have completed what is functions and why we are using functions in SQL. We have discussed what all type of functions are there in SQL. Also, we have covered what is aggregate function and why we are using aggregate functions. We have completed the practical of aggregate functions. Now we will see what is group by statement and how we are using aggregate functions and group by statements together to get our desired data from the database. So we'll do practical now. We'll check like how this function, like aggregate function and group by statement works together. Before that, we'll see what is group by statement. So the group by statement in SQL is used to arrange identical data into groups with the help of some functions. That is, if a particular column has some values in different rows, then it will arrange these rows in a group. It means it will always. So what aggregate function does? So aggregate function always takes a group of value and returns a single value. All right. And if I want to see department wise cells and how I can see, I have to group all the data on department wise. So to do that, we have to use group by statement to group all the data on department level to see what is the department wise cells. Right. So for that reason, we are using group by. So basically the group by statement used to arrange identical data into a group. For an example, it will always take all the identical data and it will put all those data into a single group. So that is the uses of group by statement. And we'll see now how we can use this group by statement with aggregate functions. So let's go to SQL. We'll see how aggregate statement works. So we'll go to database, we'll go to training, we'll get to tables. So I will use this calendar sales table. We'll see what all data we have in this table. So I'll write select star from the calendar sales table. So calendar sales, I will execute this query to see what all data we have in SQL in this table. So you can see here, these are the data I have in this table. So if I will use sum to see what is the sales in this table and how I can do it, select sum of sales sum of sales as sales from the table calendar sales. So if I'll execute this query, I will get the overall sum. So these are the overall sum I have for the sales column. So I want to see here the product wise sales. So I want to group the data on product level. For an example, mobile, all this, I have 4 mobile line items. I want these 4 mobile line items in a single group. Similarly, all these TV should be in a single group and laptop should be in a single group. So for that, I have to group the products. So how I can do it? Simple thing. So I have to write select, then I want sum of products. So I will take products column here. So I will take products, then comma, sum of sales as sales, aliases I have to take over here. Then I will take from calendar sales. Then here I will use group by on what I am trying to do group by on products. So I will take products. So if I will execute this query, so it will give me the product wise sales. We have to remember one thing. So before the aggregate function, if we are using group by, so we have to take all those columns I am taking before the aggregate function. For an example, if I will take ID here. So let me execute this one. So if I want to take the date as well, then how it will work? The date and time, or like full date. I want to take the full date over here. So I will take full date, comma. So if I will not use this full date in this aggregate, in this group by, then what is the result I will get? So if I'll execute this query, you can see it is throwing error. It is saying the calendar sales full date is invalid in the select list because it is not connected in either any aggregate function. So it is saying like when you are using aggregate function and you are using group by, then what all dimensions you have taken before the aggregate function, it needs to be in the group by statement. So it is in the group by products. Then we have, if I'll put the full date over here, and if I'll execute this query, you will get the output over here. So it grouped the value to TV, mobile, laptop, and the date wise. So it will group the value on this two level. So in this way, we can use the group by statement to get our desired outputs. So similarly, if I want to count, so I will use select, I will use products, I will use count, star, count, star, as count star, as count rows, count row from the calendar sales table, and I am using group by products. And if I will execute this query, then I have 144. And if you are not taking this one here, okay, and you are using this query, so you will only get the values. So here what will happen, like you cannot identify which value going to which value assigned to which products. So it's better like whenever you are taking any kind of group by, so it needs to be there, so that you will come to know it should be there in select statement. So you will come to know like the counts which you are getting from the table, it is assigned to a particular product. So when I'll execute this query, you can see here for laptop, it is count is 1, for mobile, count is 4, and for TV, count is 4. So in this way, we can use the group by statement to get all these values from a table. And mostly we are using this group by statement for aggregate functions. That's it in this video. So we'll discuss having clause in our next session, and we'll see how we are using group by, having clause, aggregate functions in a single statement, and we'll do practical and we'll check like what all results we are getting. Thanks for watching the video. Take care. Bye bye.